everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Lori, and I am here because you guys have asked me for a meditation, and I did a little bit over a 15-minute meditation for you that's going to go right along to this. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at the timer mark so you can visit this frequently, and then you don't have to hear all this beginning part of it. But I will tell you, remember, I'm a little bit different with my meditation. So it is a guided meditation, and it's not going to be traditional a lot. So this will be the first one, but very often we might be places where trees are talking, bunnies are blue with purple polka dots. And the reason being is because your brain gets so used to how we see things and what needs to happen and all of those things. But that is not how we are going to be doing these meditations. So it is guided, but it's always going to come from a little bit of a different place, and it's going to do a little bit of personal evaluation while we're in there too. So it's not like your traditional meditation. So if you're looking for your traditional guided meditation, then you probably want to skip this. But yeah, give it a try. If you want more of these, because you guys have asked me for them, and I've been like, okay, but I don't really do like traditional meditations and guidance. So if you like this kind of a format and you feel like it's going to be helpful for you, then please comment below, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. But yeah, so without further ado, make this mental mark, and let's say at the 2-minute mark. So when you turn this on, the best case scenario is to have your headphones. You don't have to have them, but set your, slide this over. If you're watching this for a second and third and so many times, go to the 2-minute mark. And so it should pick you up right at the beginning of that meditation. So I love you guys. Enjoy the meditation. I hope you like it. Again, not traditional because I don't really think inside the box. Let's do it.
Before we begin, I want you to get yourself in a really comfortable position. Good temperature in the house, comfortable location. And honestly, this is really going to work best if you have your headphones in, but you don't need it. It's not a requirement. It's just nice to have additional things blocked out in your outside world. So take a deep, deep breath. Exhale. On this next inhale, I want you to take a deep breath and just envision a beautiful yellow light coming inside of your body. And exhale. Okay, close your eyes and let's go on a journey. Before we board the train, I want you to look down in this backpack. You're going to look at the backpack, and I want you to take a minute to really see the backpack. What does it look like for you? What color is it? Does it have buckles? Does it have a zipper? Just look at it. Examine it a little bit. Feel it. Now I want you to open it up. And before you board this train of peace, because we are going to go to Tuscany, Italy. But before we can do that, I want you to put a lot of the things in which you're fearing and worrying about. But I want you to look at them, not just as a thought. I want you to materialize them into an item, a shape, or a color. And I want you to slowly, one by one, identify them as you're setting them in this backpack. So take the time, take a deep breath. I want you to visualize one of the biggest stressors and worries that you have right now. Watch it materialize in front of you. Make sure it's small enough to fit inside of your backpack, but the backpack can honestly be as big as you want it to be. And as you do that, and you go back and you do this one after another, I want you to zip it up or close it up, and I want you to board this beautiful train. One of the best things about this train is there's nobody on it but you. In the other world that we live in on a day-to-day basis, this might be scary or problematic, but not here. Not in this space. Nobody wants you right now or needs you. They don't need you to do anything. They don't want you to do anything. You don't have to be anybody but you. And as the train starts to move, I want you to look out the window. Because here is where we're going to start to see and evaluate and appreciate the beauty on this countryside. You're going to see beautiful rolling hills, just stunning, beautiful green. You're going to also see butterflies flying by, and you're going to see these beautiful birds. You're going to identify the sound of the train. You're going to hear the track of the train. You're going to hear the wheels on the track. And you're going to glance over at your backpack. And I just want you to tap the backpack. You don't have to open it yet. And I want you to give gratitude to this backpack and all of the troubles and problems and worries inside of it. Thank it. Appreciate it. For so long you fought it and you were angry with it. I don't want you to do that. I want you to show grace and love to the protectiveness in which it has provided you to this point. As we pull up to our rail station, there's a beautiful sign that says, "Welcome to Tuscany, Italy." One of the very first things that you notice is the smell in the air. It's a beautiful smell of fresh, warm bread. Oh, the smell. You can smell each and every seasoning that's in it. You can smell the rosemary, and it just feels so warm. I want you to really ingratiate yourself in the smell of this, because this is where you realize, this is where I am. I am right here. This is amazing. And you grab your backpack and you put it on your back, and we start down the road. And on this beautiful road, it's cobblestone. So you're looking at the texture of each one of these bricks. Some are gray, some are a little white, and you can tell where it's been worn down a little bit. And off in a distance, you see this man, and he's painting a picture while looking at the water past the countryside. And you're enamored by this. You're like, hey, I want to see what's going on this picture. And you walk over, you've never seen him before, and you see this beautiful picture of you that he's hand painted. And he has identified each crease, each crevice, each beautiful strand of your hair. And for the first time, you look at this picture and you see the beauty. You look at it with gentle eyes. You look at this picture and you see not your faults, but you see the beauty of each individual thing that you used to once look at as problems, but you now look at it as beauty. Oh, the warmth flows freely through your body, because for so long you looked at it with different judgment. You look at this wonderful man who has painted this picture, and he gives you a nod. And he gives you a nod in appreciation to you. Oh, he values your beauty, your internal beauty. All of the things in which in the other world in which we live in, you see as flaws. He gives you a different lens. He gives you a different brush to look at yourself. With this newfound joy, you happily grab your backpack and you look over to the right, and there's a beautiful rolling hill. A little bit of a mountain, but it's a rolling hill. And it's got fresh flowers and daisies and wildflowers, but you just can't stay away from this. So you walk over, past the cobblestone, take your shoes off at the base of this rolling hill, because you want to put your feet in the ground. You feel it. You feel connected to where you are. And I want you to start your trek up the hill. In this world that we are in, you don't have the fear of how hard will this be to get up the hill. In this world, you welcome it. You don't see it as a trek up the hill. You see it as a journey that which every single step that you take will bring peace, will bring confidence, because you know you're going to get to the top of this rolling hill. And while you're there, you can feel the breeze in the air. And right beside you is this cute little bunny. This bunny twitches its little nose and starts to hop up the hill, as though he was guiding you up the journey. You follow the bunny, and the feeling that you get of accomplishment, not by reaching the top, but by taking each individual step. You're not looking like you would in the other world of all of the steps and how many will it take to get there. You're appreciating the journey in which you're walking. And as you get to the top of this hill, I want you to sit on the ground. You're going to sit on the ground. You're barefooted. You're going to set your backpack beside you, and you're going to touch inside of the ground. You're just going to put your feet in the ground, your hands to the ground, your butt to the ground. This is where you're seating. This is where you're seating into the earth. This is where you are now remaining connected. You're grounding yourself in this moment. And just when you do this, you look off to the right, and this little puffy white cloud, right about your eye level, is slowly coming in front of you. It's coming, and you find this super amazing. You look at it, you relax in it. As it approaches you, you realize there's a little pocket, and you open it up, and it's empty. And this is where we're going to put these worries and troubles in this backpack. So I want you to open up your backpack, and I don't want you to just grab it and put it in there. I want you to feel it with appreciation. I want you to grab each individual item and worry and fear that you put in there, and I want you to hold it, show it gratitude, and set it gently inside of this lovely cloud. I want you to see yourself setting it in there, because you have the power, not only in the world that we're in now, but in the other world that you live your day-to-day life in. You hold this power. You feel this power. You also feel the appreciation of the things which in the other world you would typically judge and you would have ultra fear on, but not here, not in Tuscany. And you continue this practice gently. And as you do, you slowly seal that little cloud pocket up, and you just give it a little touch, just a nice little touch, and you watch it drift out slowly over the horizon. You don't want it to go away with anger. You're watching it go and flow with gratitude. Oh, and you feel so full. But you do realize that the trip here to Tuscany is not somewhere in which you can stay all the time. So over to the left, this little pink puffy cloud, very beautiful pink cloud, starts to come your way. You don't judge that it's pink and not white. You're actually welcoming it. You love how it looks. And it comes to you, just like the white cloud, it also has a pocket. You open it up, but now there's things in this pocket. Now there's things in this cloud. And you reach in, and there's a key. And this key is green. This is part of your heart center. This is your heart chakra. This is your heart energy. Hold this key in your hand. It looks just like a skeleton key. It has the little hook at the end. It's got the little end. You're going to hold it. For so long, you've been looking for everybody else to hold this key to your heart, to let you feel safe. You've been looking for the key master. You can't find the key master, but here you are in Tuscany on the countryside, and you see this key, and you now have it in your hand. And you realize that you hold that key. No one else does. And as you take this key, I want you to visualize yourself putting it into your heart chakra, as though it's unlocking the past traumas. And I want you to feel it. I want you to feel the warmth. Take your right hand or your left hand and put it over as you can feel that going into your heart chakra. Show it gratitude and show it belief that you have the power for this heart chakra and this key, that you hold the power. You have one more item in this little cloud, this cloud of joy. I want you to reach in there and I want you to pick up this little teeny tiny music box. I want you to open up this music box. That's where you see this little ballerina twirling. It has a beautiful little jingle to it. And this is where your innocence is. This is where in the past things may have happened, where that joy was gone from that childhood. And this little box is red. And this is going to be part of your root chakra. Your root chakra houses your safety, your security, your housing, your shelter, stability. And unfortunately, you were never really in control of that until you hit this countryside. You now have the ability to take this little box, and I want you to visualize yourself putting it right above your pubic bone. And I want you to take that same hand that you used for your heart key, and I want you to watch this little box slowly going into the root part of your chakra. And as this does, I want you to realize that you're building a new foundation for your own safety and security that you do now have over control. And I want you to feel that going in. Now, you push the little cloud off because he's going to go fill you up again. And I want you to take a super deep breath as you feel this newfound energy. And I want you to lay back onto the countryside. I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to feel your body connecting to the earth. I want you to look up in the sky. I want you to see the different beautiful colors and designs that these clouds have provided you. Just streaks of joy. And as you lay here, I want you to take a really deep breath, because you're going to bring this newfound peace into this world that we live on a day-to-day basis in. You have the power. And it's new. So you got to get used to it. And that's okay. So now you realize it's time to come back to this world, but you're not doing it begrudgingly. You're excited. So take a deep breath in. Exhale. I want you to wiggle your fingers and toes, and I want you to bring your eyes back to the room that you're in. And that, my friends, is just a little bit of a guided meditation with me. You can do this, and you now have the power that you thought everybody else had over you. But my loves, you've always had your little ruby red slippers all along. You just needed some guidance. But you always, always harness that power. Namaste, and have an amazing day.